A Gen Zer's crazy reason for getting fired from their job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's watch this clip right here. This is from Nick. How do you say his name? Freitas. Nick Freitas. Drop it.
So I got fired. No cause, just vibes.
It sounds like technically the vibes were the cause.
And when I was like, why? Why is this happening? I'm like, it seems like you really don't like your job.
Did you like your job?
And I was like, yeah, of course I don't like my job.
Whoa. You're not supposed to let your employer know that you don't like your job, right? We're all acting to various degrees through life. It's certain things, right?
Acting.
I wonder if that affected your work performance.
Since when are we supposed to like our jobs? I thought you just bootstraps it and just muscle through the day like my Republican dad told me.
Yeah, bootstrapping this means that you actually show up and do your job well, and usually in a way that you don't indicate to your employers, coworkers, and potentially customers that you hate your job.
God, corporate America is just getting out of control.
I don't know why, but I'm willing to bet that this young woman gets very upset when she gets poor customer service from somebody who obviously hates their job.
So this is the age-old, you're entitled to love what you do, right? Like you're entitled to love what you do, and therefore you should only do the things that you love. We did a whole campaign about this not too long ago, and a lot of people believe this, believe it or not, is they believe that everyone, because you've been indoctrinated with this, you're a snowflake, you're one of a kind, fairy tale, Disney movie fairy tale about your career and profession, that you get to always love what you do, right? And the truth is that is not how civilization has always functioned. Like, remove the last 50 years of like self-actualization and anyone could be anything, right? Remove that and just think about like life 200 years ago. You think people loved what they did 200 years ago? You think people loved what they did 500 years ago? You think people loved what they did 1,000 years ago? You think people loved what they did 1,500 years ago? You think people were like, I'm getting up in the morning and I enjoy everything. No, you worked out of a sense of duty.
Yeah.
Out of a sense of providing.
You got to eat.
You got to eat. You got to work to eat, the scriptures say. And so now I think things have shifted where people want to always do what they love. But the thing is, you first got to love what you do and be content in what you do before you ever earn the privilege to do what you love.
Now, what do you think about her twist of like, I am cool with not liking my job, just don't expect me to like my job?
Then pretend to like your job.
So you're saying it's okay to not like your job, but you're falling short of that acting.
Yep.
If people know that you don't like your job.
Exactly. If you don't like your job, you have one or two options. You can pretend to like it, and who knows? Maybe, just maybe, if you pretend to like something you don't like, your feelings will follow, right? You act a certain way.
It's the psychology about smiling. If you force a smile, you will chemically be happier.
Yes.
Which is a joke between me and Melissa, is that whenever something bad happens, I go, I love this. Just an obnoxious big smile, like, ooh, yay.
Right. And so if you're acting as if you love your job,
yeah.
Which, by the way, just be grateful that you have a job.
Yeah.
Because you may not have a job. Be grateful that you have the able body to work, because that's a privilege. Be willing to start with gratitude, right? And that's, I think, the key component that's missing in all this is gratitude. You remove gratitude and it's like, well, you hate everything. The things you love, you can grow to hate if you don't have gratitude.
Yeah. Right?
Because I'm sure once upon a time she didn't have a job and she probably would have been pumped to have a job. And now she has a job. It's familiar. And then when things get familiar, we just kind of, they lose that spark. So I think you have to start with the sense of gratitude. You got to understand that you work primarily from duty. And by the way, once you crush it at doing the thing that you may not like to do initially, but you do it with a heart of service and you do it with the heart unto the Lord, Colossians 3:23 says that in whatever you do all things as if you're doing them for the Lord, right? That's literally like the Puritan work ethic, the Western Puritan work ethic flows out of that Colossians 3:23 motto. The Puritans had an amazing work ethic that impacted all of America, right? And so I think from that, we are now in a place where you either gotta, I think everyone should learn to love what they do, and then you can pivot. But if you are working a job where you hate it to the point where it's causing you so much mental anguish or whatever, and you literally cannot learn to be grateful, learn to pretend for a season, well then find a different job. Like, don't be mad because they're like, your attitude sucks. Everybody can tell you hate what you're doing. Get out of here. Like, why would anybody want to hire you? Like, you're not entitled to a job. You're not entitled to work at anybody's place of environment, a place of business, right?
So what do you think about this take from somebody that hates your take?
Okay.
They said, it's such a bad take that employees should have to fake happiness for their employers. If the boss wants happy employees, they should make the job less hellish. Only right-wingers would think the powerful are entitled to our adoration.
No, only Marxists believe this sort of nonsense. If you don't like your job, go get another job. If you're in customer service and you're interacting with people, this is why Chick-fil-A crushes it.
Yeah.
Right? This is why In-N-Out crushes it. Because you think all of them are there and excited to be flipping burgers and making fries? Really?
Yeah.
You think that the people at Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out are excited to be doing the job they do? No. They choose, by the way, they're borderline indoctrinated, if you ask me, because they do some serious training there, right? They choose to make people so immersed in their ethos that you choose to do the thing and you do it with an attitude and you say things like my pleasure and you greet people with a smile. And then over time, people end up actually becoming very competent employees and become greatly. Anybody who their first job was Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out usually can either pivot away from that and end up crushing it. You usually will see those people go on to do great things. I don't know a whole lot of people that worked at In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A as their first job and just like were losers. You know what I mean? Like they usually end up, why? Because there's a sense of duty, there's a sense of gratitude, there's a sense of working your face off, and then you level up. Now, if you're not in customer service and you're like some janitor, okay, fine. Like, I don't need the facilities guy to like be all perky and smiley, right? Yeah, okay, get it. Go get a job like that then. Get a job where you're not interacting with people and you're not representing somebody's business. But this take that an employer is not entitled for you to properly represent their employer is the epitome of entitlement. It is the epitome of entitlement. You're stepping out and you're representing someone. You should absolutely have a great attitude about it, because why would I want anyone representing me as my proxy when they're representing my business to not have a great attitude about it? Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. This channel exists to equip and empower Christians to thrive in the marketplace and mastermind our godly ambition in the Master's way.